Guys, how you doing? My name is Tommy, and this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. Every once in a while, I'll get requests to do certain cooks, and although it takes me time to get to that request, I usually try to do it. So one of my Patreon members, Michael Rogers, requested a few months back a chicken cordon bleu, and I think I've come up with a recipe that I can do it out here on the Pit Boss 1600 using that griddle. So Darren and Jeff, grab that Pit Boss 1600 because we're going to amplify some backyard barbecue fun. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody, my name's Tommy, and this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. And before we get going, you know, of course, I got to mention a few things. Number one, I do have a Patreon account. I got some new tiers. Definitely want to check that out. It's one way to support the show, and all that information is down below. Also, I now have a join button. That is another way to support the show. And of course, just watch the show, comment on the show, and that's another way to support the show. And without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, yeah. All right, look, we got a little bit of prep to get through. I got one plump chicken breast that I am going to butterfly, right, or split thinner. If the breasts that you have aren't plump, you can get two thinner slices. So basically what you want to do here is you want to pound it down. Be careful not to rip it. When you pound a chicken breast, you want to hit down and kind of like push outwards, right? Hit down, push outwards. And that helps that you're not going to, totally obliterate the breast, of course. Getting a piece of saran wrap or a baggie like this just kind of keeps the mess down. And that is 2 breast pounded per person. From there, what you want to do is lightly kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper if you have, and do both sides. Now look, most of my training comes from inside the kitchen, and one of the things that I love to do is take what I know inside and bring it outside. And so that's where this recipe is going to come in. If you don't have a Pit Boss griddle, well, you could use a Blackstone, you could use a Camp Chef, you could even use a Saute pan in the house. Right there, what I'm doing is brushing on a little Dijon mustard. Of course, I like using that Grey Poupon, but you could use your favorite. Oh, man. From there, what you want to do is get down a couple slices of Swiss cheese and then ham. I'm going to go with about 3 slices on each one of the breasts, and also a couple pieces of ham. Right, and basically what you want to do here is just kind of sandwich it, right? You want to fold it because you're going to bread it up. Now I'm using 1 egg with a couple dashes of water. It kind of thins it out. If you were doing for a family of 2 or 3, you'd go 2-3 eggs. And now look, one tip here, anytime you're doing a breading like this, you want flat plates like that, right? You don't want to dip it in a bowl type setting because it's just going to get hard to get good coverage. So you want to go flat plates on the flour, egg, and of course the panko of breadcrumbs soon to come. So you know this is your basic flour, egg, breadcrumb, right? Except I'm using a panko breadcrumb. If you don't have panko, well, you can use regular breadcrumb. I just think the panko gives it a little bit more crunch. Oh yeah, that's a double dip right there. Oh, double dip. Now you want to make sure you get good coverage on that breadcrumb, that's for sure. And look, again, if you were doing a couple servings, you can have a tray of flour and a tray of breadcrumbs, right? That way you can work a few at a time. Oh, man. All right, look, I got my Pit Boss cruising along at about 300 Fahrenheit. And I got that direct flame right underneath the griddle. So that griddle is going to be about 350 Fahrenheit, which is going to be perfect. Remember, we are dealing with a breadcrumb and a chicken that has to cook to a certain temperature. So you don't want to go too hot because you don't want to burn the breadcrumbs and have a raw chicken. So I'll get a little oil down, a little butter down, and of course the chicken down. So look, after you get your chicken down, you're going to probably cook it for about 4 or 5 minutes, but you definitely want to peek underneath the chicken just to make sure you're not burning the breadcrumbs. Oh, yeah. Get a little butter under there. Alrighty, look, I just want to give you a little update on where we are. I got the pit set to about 300 Fahrenheit. The griddle is moving along at about 365 Fahrenheit on the surface. And I'm playing around with the broiler opening and closing. I don't want too much direct flame on that griddle because I don't want to burn the breadcrumbs, right? We're dealing with chicken and we got to get that up to a certain temperature. So we more or less got to bake it slow while browning the breadcrumbs. That's my thought process here. So I don't want to go too hot in the pit. You know, I want to just kind of bring it up gradually while browning the breadcrumbs. We'll flip it, and then I got a surprise at the end. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, little surprise ending. I'm digging that. And look, what we're doing here is basically going to check it, right? You close the hood because you got to cook the chicken, right? You got to get that temperature up on the inside on the chicken. Even though we pounded it down, we know it's going to take about a 15 minutes or so cooking time. And basically here, before you do the flip, well, you want to get a little oil down and get a little butter down because you want to flip it right on top of that. Oh, yeah. And we still are moving along at that perfect 350 Fahrenheit. Of course, by closing that hood, yeah, you're going to cook the chicken, but also you're going to melt that cheese. Oh, man. And of course, I'm peeking, like I said, to make sure I'm not burning the, breadcrumbs. Yeah, a little peek. There you go. Oh, man. thinking about another 2-3 minutes. We're going to get this pulled off. She is cooking now. Oh, yeah. I mean, we got a perfect browning. Of course, you want to get a temp gauge to make sure we're hot enough, and we are over that one at 65, so we are good to go. All right, so look, what I'm going to do here is get this out on the board, and then we're going to make a little surprise sauce. All right, look, so the first thing you want to do is get about a half a cup of white wine, right? Get some white wine down. What we are is deglazing we're deglazing the griddle, right? We're getting all that flavor out of the griddle and into the sauce. And of course, at this time, the griddle is turned off. We'll hit that with about a quarter cup of heavy cream. We're going to doing it all. And of course, a little Dijon mustard in, get that mixed up. Now, what's happening here besides all that flavor is that sauce is thickening up. Now, one of the things I could have did was get that chicken cordon bleu back on the griddle and in the sauce. I chose not to do that, but that is definitely one suggestion that you can try. I'm going to hit it with a little salt and pepper after the taste. Here you go. Now, one of the little negatives on this Pit Boss griddle is those handles on the side. It doesn't allow you to scoop things up because it'll go out the handle, right? So I have to kind of come to the front there, scoop it up. I could have used a better type spatula, but I didn't. And we're only looking for sauce for one, so I'm definitely going to get enough sauce. If you were going to do this at home on a Blackstone, well, you'd have that whole side wall to do your scooping, and you would be definitely good to go. All right, look, I'm going to be taking this in live. I want to thank you all for watching, man. This is I'm telling you right now, this is classic outdoor, classic restaurant cooking, inside, outside, man. This is something you have to try. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notified on every time I do a cook. It is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And look, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought of this recipe. Cheers. All right, guys, look, that is it for this one, man. And again, man, what fun that cook was. If you've never made chicken cordon bleu, it's definitely one you have to make. And that simple white wine reduction with that heavy cream with a dash of mustard just takes it to the next level. Again, the Pit Boss performed flawlessly. I didn't raise the temperature too high because I didn't want to burn it, so I went, like I said, 300. The griddle hung around that 350 to 375 mark, which was perfect. When I need a little bit more juice on the griddle, I opened up the flame, got it a little hotter, and closed it and cooled it off. Look, this is going to be my last griddle cook for the next few cooks. I got a brisket coming up. I got some ribs coming up, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. What I want to do now is cut open this bad boy and give it a taste test. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. You got the ham, you got the Swiss cheese is nice and melted. You can roll them up and do them the classic way. I like to pound them out, hit them with that mustard, put the insides in. I like that cheese to just kind of ooze right out. That's all good. Oh yeah, cheers. Guys, trust me when I say this is amazing. You pick up a good Swiss cheese. You got the Swiss cheese, like I said, the ham is working, the chicken and the crispiness of the panko breadcrumbs is key. And again, man, that sauce just brings it all together and takes it to the next level. I see some oozing cheese here. Let me grab this. Oh, yeah. Wow. Guys, what could I say? This is restaurant quality in your backyard. So far, man, I'm giving 2 big thumbs up on this Pit Boss 1600. I told another viewer this, I'll say it right now, where the Masterbuilt 1050 was product of the year for 2020. Well, this Pit Boss 1600 just may be product of the year for 2021. Look, I'm going to drop a couple more Pit Boss videos here. I appreciate all my Patreons. They're going to roll over here. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Leave me a comment down below. It's very important to the show. I answer all comments. My email is down in the description. If you want to shoot me an email and you have any questions about this pit, again, it's all greatly appreciated. And until next time, we will see you soon.